Are we ready to go, Rishabh? Sure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm P. Shravan Kumar, the founder of SK Associates and Group, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to Conference 3.3, where we'll explore the topic effective entrepreneurial leadership and management strategies. We are honored to have a panel of accomplished CEOs, founders, co-founders, industry leaders, startup mentors, and academicians as our guest speakers today. By the end of this conference, we hope you will gain valuable insights into this crucial area.
Hello everyone, I'm Anjali Singh, the Head of Strategic Partnerships at SK Associates and Group, and it's my pleasure to co-host this conference with Shravan.
Before we delve into our topic, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under MSMED Act 2006 by the Government of India. Our mission is to provide consulting services to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operations, marketing, research and development, human capital, strategy, and operations. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bring their dreams to life and contribute to global economic growth.
At SK Associates and Group, we take pride in offering tailor-made solutions to our clients. And our team of transformational consultants has a deep-rooted passion for entrepreneurship, and they bring extensive experience and expertise to every project. Over the past 3 years, we have built a network of 5,000 individuals from 30 plus countries, representing diverse universities, industries, and functional roles.
Our ultimate goal is to assist 600 million students in India in providing pro bono consulting services in areas such as strategy, operations, human capital, compliance, legal advisory, research and development, taxation, and marketing. We plan to invest 500 crores US dollars in these startups by 2035, creating more than 5,000 plus employment opportunities for startup experts, advisors, mentors, and research scholars. Our vision is to contribute to global economic growth by empowering the next generation of entrepreneurs.
Collaboration and strategic alliances are key to achieving our mission. We are committed to promoting entrepreneurship development and community impact with the focus of empowering students for economic growth. We aim to partner with 1,000 plus universities and colleges by 2030, providing guidance and mentorship to students as they embark on their startup journeys.
Exactly, Anjali. The enthusiasm and interest we see among students for entrepreneurship is truly inspiring. Startups have the potential to address critical social, economic, and geopolitical challenges through innovative business models. By promoting sustainable entrepreneurship, we can drive positive change and create a brighter future for all. Entrepreneurs not only generate job opportunities but also stimulate economic growth, offer innovative solutions to consumer needs, and foster collaborations with other businesses. We have witnessed remarkable success stories where entrepreneurs have tackled issues such as climate change, waste management, education, and
Absolutely. Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation, and it's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transform lives, and make the world a better place. We are committed to supporting student entrepreneurs in their journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and networks they need to succeed.
at SK Associates and Group, we are immensely grateful for the dedicated support of our executive management team, including Ms. Anjali Singh, Ms. Vaishali Shri, Ms. Aditi Jain, Mr. Digvijay Pawar, and Mr. Faiz Siddiqui. Their unwavering commitment has played a pivotal role in our growth and development. Thanks to their dedication, we can make a meaningful impact on the entrepreneurial ecosystem by inspiring, educating, and mentoring young individuals, encouraging them to pursue entrepreneurship instead of a corporate career. Now, before we dive into our discussions, let's take a moment to introduce our esteemed lineup of guest speakers and tap into the wealth of wisdom they bring to the table.
Our first speaker of the day is Mr. Janender Anand, the President and CMO of Irisha E-Mobility Private Limited, who brings a wealth of experience in developing and executing business strategies. With a track record of leadership roles at prominent brands like Revolt Motors, LML Scooters, and Shriram Pistons and Rings, Mr. Janender is recognized as a visionary strategist in the field. At Irisha E-Mobility, he spearheads initiatives in electric vehicles, green hydrogen, and charging infrastructure, driving sustainable solutions for the future.
Our next speaker for the day is none other than Ms. Pulani Rana Singh, founder and CEO of Loons Lab Private Limited. She is an award-winning entrepreneur renowned for her pioneering work in digitization initiatives in Sri Lanka. Under her leadership, Loom's Lab has served numerous government and private sector clients, pioneering national initiatives and earning global recognition. Her passion for innovation and empowerment has positioned her as a leader in the tech industry, recognized as one of Sri Lanka's top female engineers and entrepreneurs.
Next up, we have Ms. Meenu Gupta, CEO of Vedas Shakha. She's a seasoned management expert with over 28 years of experience in market entry, strategy, and promotion. With a background in product development and international trade, she has led numerous successful initiatives between India and Europe. Her expertise extends to cross-cultural communication and leadership coaching, making her a sought-after advisor and mentor. Her contributions to global intercultural dialogue and her forthcoming book showcase her commitment to fostering understanding and collaboration across borders.
Our final speaker for the day is none other than Mr. Eric Francis Manu, Vice Dean of the Swiss Institute for Cultural Diplomacy, an esteemed leadership coach, etiquette consultant, and a TEDx speaker. With a background in financial services and corporate leadership, Mr. Eric is dedicated to promoting kindness and compassion in business and society. As the founder of the British Protocol Academy, he empowers individuals to achieve success through the principles of etiquette and cultural diplomacy. His global recognition and mission to inspire positive change make him a distinguished speaker and influencer in the field. So welcome everyone, and it's an honor to have you all with us today. Your expertise adds a special dimension to our conference, making it a unique and insightful gathering. Now, before we begin this conference, we would like to request all of you to switch on your respective webcams. We would also like to inform you that our HR team will be conducting calls in the chat box throughout the conference, and we encourage your active participation in them. Rima, Payal, and Vaishali would appreciate it. Moving ahead, we would like to invite Ms. Pulani, and I request her to commence her speech.
Hi, can everyone hear me? All right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So thanks a lot for the warm welcome and the great introduction. So I'm very happy to be part of your conference, and I'm very happy to share like the 2 cents that I have gathered throughout my entrepreneurial journey. So I think the topic that you had given to me is like effective entrepreneurial leadership and management strategies. So since like the audience is consisting of all the PhD students and all the educated people, so I'm not going to dive into strategies, but I thought I'll speak from my practical experiences of like my entrepreneurial journey. Like I started it just after my university, after working for a corporate around 8 months. So I think my dream was to start a company. So like entrepreneurs start companies in different ways. Some come up with an ideas and then they form the company. But in my case, like my urge was I wanted to start a company on my own and I want to build my own products. So that was my motive initially. So that's how I started Loons Lab. And talking about like journey from that day to now. So this I'm talking about 2017 and then to now. Initially, I think we started with like around another 2 co-founders. And unfortunately, I think every startup is having sort of a storming stage. And in that one, I think I had to like our team split up so that I had to sort of take things forward because I started it with so much of expectations and things like that. So I think along the journey, like if I mention, so we started with minor things like maybe like building softwares and then out of it like funding our products or our projects. And then slowly we moved into health tech side. Which continuing a product that we've been doing since the university. And then we were able to establish a system in around 20 government hospitals in Sri Lanka. And then we were able to tap into a lot of government projects. digitalization efforts, and like Human Rights Commission, Environment Ministry, Disaster Management Ministry are some of our clients. And currently we are handling the island-wide medical supplies distribution system, which is like covering each and every hospital in Sri Lanka. Like the entire supply chain is managed through our system and with our team. That's like a brief about the journey so far. So coming back to the topic, effective entrepreneurial and leadership strategies. Since I started little earlier, my biggest fear was actually like if I'm qualified enough, if I'm good enough to go in front of an audience and speak. So like when we are going to pitch a client, when we are going to a different place, it was never an easy thing for me to actually as a fresher, as a student just out of the university, to build that confidence. I think that was like the very first trait that I wanted to share with you. So the confidence was the main thing that I wanted to build. And so that was where I was working towards. And still, I think there are a lot more work to be done. But in the same time, I think the ways that I the strategies or methods that I build my confidence is through actually like meeting people, meeting some great people. So in Sri Lankan context, I would say like it's relatively very easy to meet a person. So basically, if we talk from LinkedIn, I'm not sure about how it is in South Asia. Probably it is. So you can just talk to a person and like get a meeting with him, set up something, and then you can just go and speak. So I knew my weakness was my experience and my confidence. So like that's how I built my confidence, talking to so many other CEOs, other achievers, other entrepreneurs. So I got their experience as my own. So because I knew like I might get like 100 years to get all that experience. So what I did is like getting experience as a sharing from them, and like talking to different people about the problems I face, and like how to overcome things, and the burning issues that I had. So I think that is one strategy actually that I followed to build my confidence and to build my network, and at the same time to get experience from other people. So that is one thing that I wanted to talk about. And then the other quality I would say is like never stop learning, because when you are an entrepreneur, like, or even though like you have a team, like becoming an entrepreneur is relatively a very isolated place. So you have to take a lot of decisions on your own, and so you have to like be very thorough on like a lot of things. Not maybe very thorough, but at least you need to know the surface level in many things. So when you're managing a business, you're not only the CEO, but like when you started it, I think you're the cleaning lady, you're the lady who make the tea, you're the lady who do probably like the development in my case, probably everything in short. So it's like when you're starting versus when you're growing, it's a very different scenario. So I think you should never stop learning. So initially I had a habit of like waking up at around 4 a.m. and like spending little time for myself, and then I jump back straight for learning something, because I don't jump back for the day-to-day problems or day-to-day activities that I have to do, but like whatever the pressure, whatever the deadline pressures that I had, so what I did is I always made time to like learn something. So that is something that I wanted to share with you as well, because never stop learning. And the third point that I wanted to share is actually like when you are an entrepreneur, when you are like going this journey alone, alone in the sense like it might be with the team, but you're playing a very isolated role against the whole world, right? So so in that case, I think the other thing that I was like wanted to highlight is when you are like fighting those struggles, when you are like having daily issues, like I think life of a like entrepreneur is like in short, it's like a roller coaster. You never know, like when you turn upside down, when you're going in different directions and all. So when you're like that, I think you tend to fall off very easily. Like you sometimes, like there are, I think in every entrepreneur's life there is at least, I think 10 or 20 times that he or she thought, oh, I should give up on this, I should do a corporate job. So this is like a headache to me. I cannot take it anymore, that pressure. So I think there are many times that I personally thought, I think every entrepreneur personally think. So I think at that time we should have that perseverance, or we should have that resilience to, like maybe if that's a situation that you're put down or let down, just be down for like a couple of moments or couple of days, because you have to digest it. And then I think then it's really important that you quickly turn it upside down, that you have something quickly to turn it upside down, maybe something you enjoy, maybe something you love. So what I did is like I had few voice recordings with me, like when I was in my best times, when I was having these high goals and visions, I used to record. And whenever I'm down, I just like go back to the voice recordings and I listen to them. So then again, I get like some energy out of it. And I think those are the main three things that I wanted to highlight. The first thing is building confidence and like building the network together with it. And the second thing is never stop learning, because it's a lifelong journey of learning, especially in this era, especially with AI and all the technologies coming and backstabbing all the careers. And the third one is actually like falling down but getting up too soon. So I think those are the three insights that I thought of sharing. So I hope it might be valuable for you. So if you have any questions or anything, I'm open to answer. I would like to hand over the session to the moderators. Thank you very much.
Firstly, thank you very much, Blani, for participating in the session. Secondly, I had a question to you. As you said that you have been a founder for a long time, and I see that too. What is your one advice to all the female aspiring entrepreneurs present here?
Okay, so I think the main thing that I wanted to highlight is gender is not a fact, like when doing a startup or like when going into your dreams. So like don't ever think like because I'm a female I can't do this, I can't do that, because like females and males might have some limits in like certain physical things, like in different careers, but when it comes to something using your brain and innovation, so there is no limit despite you're a male or a female. So don't ever let that thing cross your mind. And at the same time, if you're a female entrepreneur, I think the world is desperately needing a lot of female entrepreneurs. So if you take the world, I think there are a lot of programs dedicated to uplift female entrepreneurs. There are award ceremonies, there are different accelerators and funding especially dedicated for female entrepreneurs. So I think this is the best time for you to become a female entrepreneur, because like you have that competitive advantage because you're in a limited number of people. So I think first thing is I have to say like don't ever think you can't do this because you're a female. And the second thing is you have a lot of opportunities given that you're a female and you're entering into this entrepreneurial space. So get the best use of it, and so don't hesitate. So start. I think starting is a main thing, like without thinking. As long as you think about an idea, it's just an idea. Like when you just started working on it only, it becomes a reality. So idea has zero value, but I think when it's executed, it's only getting the value. So I think despite of male, female, I think entrepreneurship is like a great path to go. So especially if you're a female, plus you have a lot of opportunities in today's world.
Exactly. Pulani, would you like to tell us something about what you will do at Loons Lab, your mission and vision regarding Loons Lab's future?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, like in Loons Lab, our vision is to sort of predefine purpose through technology. So basically, what we do is uh, digitalizing, like, because like basically our countries, like if you take South Asian countries, where we have a long way to go into digitalization. So our cup of tea is digitalization. So what we do is we are trying to digitalize the traditional systems by redefining the purpose of it, by redefining what needs to be done. It's not just like just converting a system into digital, but adding so much value, so much visibility, so much transparency. So I think that's our goal and that's our mission. Uh, yeah, so at Loans Lab, I think, like I mentioned, so we started very small with website development and doing different client projects and things like that. But now I'm very happy to say we have worked with around 10 different government projects in Sri Lanka. So during the COVID time, so we did the island-wide PCR management system for Sri Lanka, covering all Sri Lanka. And currently we are doing the medical supplies distribution system covering whole Sri Lanka, like more than 1,500 hospitals. So, and a lot of digitalization efforts has been happened from our end. So I'm very proud of it as like the person who started the company, but there's a big team working behind it, team with the same vision and same goal.
That's really great. Since we are just talking about entrepreneurship, Pulani, and I just noticed that Loons Lab also participated in multiple government initiatives. Would you like to elaborate on the initiatives that the government of Sri Lanka has taken in the previous 3 years to promote entrepreneurship in your nation?
Okay, that's a very difficult question. I think because I think compared to Sri Lanka, like India, in Sri Lankan government, there are like a lot of improvements need to take place. Definitely when it comes to like entrepreneur, like getting the entrepreneurs on track and like because in India, I think like average around 6 unicorns are born every year, but in Sri Lanka we are still struggling to give birth to a unicorn. So I think in that sense, like in India, like opposed to Sri Lanka, I see like a lot of like pluses in the Indian government side, and but I think that's definitely something our government has to adhere as well. But given that in the past 3 years, I would say like we have a dedicated agency called ICTA to appraise and they have a different division to appraise tech entrepreneurship, and we have a different ministry now it's newly actually formed, like initiatives to the country. And so during past few years, I think a lot of people have been trying to do like some significant impact. So for instance, like some loan schemes for entrepreneurs has been there, and some of the like loan schemes are there for the female entrepreneurs in past years. And with the economic crisis, I think some of the things got little pushed back, but there are like programs like who give like funding with no stake or anything for the government. So there is like such a program, and we have a 10,000 startup program happening in Sri Lanka. And other than the government initiatives, I think we have so many ecosystem developments partners in Sri Lanka as well. Not partners, but ecosystem developers in Sri Lanka who is trying to sort of like upraise the entrepreneurship and the network. But I think we have a long way to go. I think that's a question you should ask from Indian, because I really love how India do it, and I think we have a long way to go in that.
That was really impressive. However, I would like to invite the audience to put forth their questions, if any. You may simply raise your hands and ask your questions to Pulani. Anyone? No questions at all? Poonamji, Ritika, Akash, Hanson? Okay, I think that's it then. Anjali, if you can just take it over.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Pulani, for an amazing speech. Please share your email address in the chat box, and if any of our audience has any questions or seeks further information later, they can reach out to you. Now, let's welcome Mr. Janendra Anand, and I request him to commence his speech.
Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. Good to be connected and good to be present on this platform. So I hope maybe anyone can raise their hand and say that I am audible very clearly. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. So first of all, thank you for waiting. My session was supposed to start before Pulani ma'am, but this is an office time and we corporates cannot leave at 6 o'clock, sharp. So I would request the CEO, sir, of ANG that please next time onwards keep it 7:30 or at least 8 p.m. onwards or on a non-weekends so that we can be on time, because being corporates, we do not prefer being late even by a single minute. So that's our lifestyle. Anyways, so the audience mainly comprises of students or there are some other people also? Can I know this, please? So accordingly, I'll shape my discussion for next 10 minutes.
Although the information was conveyed on a mail in advance, Anandji, still our audience comprises of research scholars and entrepreneurs.
I know it was conveyed on mail, but there is no harm in reconfirming it.
Sure.
So if I've done some mistake, then I'll not do it again. Okay, so this is now what I'll do is first I'll tell you a little bit about myself, then I'll walk you through a small presentation that I've made, so that and that presentation covers how the corporate should behave and even the entrepreneur. We are working on. I think you can, Poonamji, can you put your mic on mute, please?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is primarily just to tell you that we as a corporates, we as a people, how we should grow ourselves, how we should behave once we become little senior, and what are the steps that are involved to become senior. Because in the entrepreneurship also, when you're doing your own business, then also you need to understand that how you have to take care of your colleagues first. So in my opinion, the team comes first, then you. Like in our country, we say that it's the nation first, followed by the religion, followed by the society, by the family. But nowadays it goes in a reverse order. So I prefer saying that we should follow the nation first. Okay, so moving ahead, as he mentioned, my name is Janendra Anand, and I almost 3 decades of experience I have got in the corporate world, and maybe I'm little elder than many of you who are present here in terms of experience. So my experience might be little more than your age also, many of you. So I'm a throughout automobile professional. I have worked in various automobile related lines only, by the grace of God and by destiny and by my hard work, I have been able to take care of each and every aspect of automobile. When I say each and every aspect of automobile, means right from engines to the components, to the vehicles, to the tires, to the lubricants, to the batteries, each and every part of the system I have taken care of. And last few years, I've been leading the organizations at the various levels. So this is what I am. And I'll be more keen if any one of you or most of you can connect with me on any of my links. Let it be LinkedIn, let it be Insta, let it be anything, so that we can share some knowledges regarding how the automobile trade goes, one. Second, how the growth factor comes within you. So in case any one of you need any kind of help, support, guidance, mentorship, I do that also. So, and of course, just for the sake of clarity, I do not charge for that. So it is what my way of giving back to the society, because at the age of 50 years, you prefer giving back to the society also in addition to taking care of your own career. So this is what I am. So I'll be happy to answer any questions after my session that any one of you wants to ask. So now I would like to present a few slides for your benefit. Maybe you take away something from those slides, and this is especially prepared for this session only. Very simple, these slides are nothing much written on them. It's more of a photographs so that you can understand, and I would like to explain each slide for a few seconds. So yeah, I can present. Is my slide visible? Can anybody say? Because I now can't see the screen. Is my slide visible?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you so much. So this is what I am, and my Insta is One Stop Automotive by JA. So I keep on giving some gyan on that things. So now moving ahead. So who are the leaders of the future? So now this talks more about the leaders of the future who master the conversation skills, and the charismatic leaders know how to break ice. So, and they have to be very proactive in their approach. They have to show confidence when you talk. 50% of your battle when you are interacting with any person at any level, maybe is your customer, client, knowledge giver, your boss, your friends, anybody, you have to show your body language. Understand the collaboration. Nowadays, we do not talk about competition. We talk about collaboration because there is enough room for everybody to survive. And rather than killing each other in one or the other manner in the professional life, let us collaborate and grow together. And then whosoever has the better qualities, of course, will take the lead. You always display curiosity, like whatever you do not understand, please ask questions. And there's old saying goes, that there is no question which is called as a stupid question. Any question of any type is always welcome, because you are not a subject matter expert in each and every question that you want. Convey energy and enthusiasm. So if you show the energy, other people will also react accordingly, and you can exchange the positive vibes. This is for the students. They have, in my time, very hardly any opportunity used to be there. But now once I was going through this data, now after 12th, there are so many lines, at least 40, 45 lines are there for students to study and make their career in life. So very busy slide, so I'll not spend much time on this. Just before me, Mulani was talking about the AI first approach. So yes, this is something very interesting. Artificial intelligence is taking shape. But please remember, AI is much more than your ChatGPT and other paraphrasing tools. Artificial intelligence is something much more advanced than this, which can help you. So whether you like it or you don't like it, unless you have a creative skills of some sort, it's better whether you're an engineer, you're a technical person, you're a non-technical person, learn something on AI to grow. Data analytics, that's also a in thing today, how you approach the data and how you take the inference out of it. Power BI, I'm pretty confident most of you must have heard about the Power BI, because now the normal presentations have gone, normal analysis have gone. World is now moving towards Power BI and beyond, and it should be technology enabled. So your value strategy should be very clear. You should integrate technology and you should engage people to accelerate so that you become fit for growth, and end of the day, you are a successful business person. We all know that there are certain very big brands which have been successful. Look at Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon, they all are $300 billion+ category. And when we say that category, the brand was not built in a day, but at least people took a start. So I would request, suggest, guide everyone, let us create something. Let us create certain things which is going to help you and you can leave a mark. Think beyond your routine 9 to 6 job or a small time entrepreneurship. Now spend your energy wisely. There are many good things which are out of my control and in my control. So, we discussed a lot about how Israel is bombarding the Palestinians or Russia is bombarding the Ukrainians, but is it under our control? No, it is not under our control. It is out of our scope. So let's not waste our time on that. Let the world leaders take care of that. Our thought should be on, our focus should be on studies, our society, our life, our upbringing, our spreading the knowledge, our gaining the knowledge. So what is in my control is my boundaries, my thoughts, my actions, the goals I set, how I handle challenges, how I speak myself. What others are doing is beyond my control. So strong suggestion, it is not in our control. Now, how you want to grow in life, we all are sitting in comfort zone at some point of time. Those who come out of their comfort zone are the people who are called as successful people. Like after the comfort zone, just remember there is a fear zone, because many people will say, don't do this, you will be influenced by others. Then there is a learning zone where you are learning some things. Yes, these things are positive, these things are negatives. And then ultimately you find your purpose and you are in a growth zone. So aim of all of us should be to reach that growth zone. But for that, you should have a very clear-cut vision and mission with the defined timelines, with the milestones. Yes, I want to reach this level, but in how many months, how many years, and what are the steps I'm going to do? What I used to do, I'll tell you very honestly, I used to set a deadline or a milestone for me. Then I used to do a backward calculation. Say 1 year down the line, I want this thing to be achieved. Then what are the resources? What are the things that I need to do to reach that milestone on time? So that was my approach. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's a very effective approach. Set a milestone, do the backward calculation, how you can reach that milestone. Why people give up? You know, I'm sure all of you are aware that more than 99.9% startups fail in India. Only 0.01% or 0.1% startups are successful. In a real sense, they can be called as successful. Because people expect the results to become very fast. They stop believing in themselves. They think that we have done mistakes and we can never grow up. They resist the change. They just feel they're too weak. Other people are smarter than them. No, we feel that failure is more there than desired success. Never visualize that what is possible. We overwork. We feel sorry for ourselves. You know, there are many things. I have mentioned 16 things, but there can be countless things why people give up. Never, ever give up. Keep on trying. One way or the other, you will succeed. Otherwise, believe me, my friends, the life is too long for us to think that we will not be successful. In a career of whether you are into business or you are into job, it's more than 40 years that you have to actually work minimum. So just think, don't give up. Otherwise, you'll keep on struggling for next 30, 40, 50 years till the time God has given you life. Now, I will again, one very strong point of view which many of us miss is that we do not do project management in a good manner. When I say project, then project can be anything. It can be your startup, it can be your studies, it can be your achieving good marks, it can be your achieving desired results. So make every task a project. Let it be a very small project, but make it project. At least if you cannot write it down, at least make a mental note of it. Ideally, if it's an important task or a project, please make a written note for that. But if you are going little ahead than that, then it should be a proper template based, because otherwise you'll not be able to manage the timelines and manage the success that you want to do. Now, this is for the managers and the entrepreneurs. Employees stay when they are, of course, when they are paid well. In addition to that, you have to mentor your employees, mentor your team so that they can grow together. You should appreciate them. You should empower them. And, you know, you should make them feel valued. Certain times we, as an organization, what we do is that when we take a 360-degree view of our employees, then we ask them, how do they feel? They say, we feel privileged that we work in this organization. This organization treats me very well. Then I tell all my colleagues or my employees is that it should be standard. It's just not that something special we are doing by creating a good culture, by appreciating you or by trusting you. It should be a standard of each and every organization that these qualities are there. KPI, all of us know it is a key performance indicator, but I do not believe in that. I believe in keep people interested, informed, involved, and inspired. If you do not do that, trust me, my friends, you will not be able to keep people engaged, motivated, or happy enough. even if you are at an entry level colleague or a student or an entrepreneur, you will feel more empowered when you believe in these 4 parameters rather than just judging the performance on the one matrix. Effective managers always focus on the very important tasks. They do not focus on each and everything, because then you have your team to focus on that. There is a very big saying what Jeff Bezos also believed, that even your colleague can do 60 to 70% of the job as good as you. Please give him that job. Empower him to do that job. Do not think you are supposed to do or focus on each and everything. Make people accountable. Keep a scorecard. And just believe in solving the problem so that you can be a helping hand to your colleagues by empowering them, rather than doing all the job yourself because you are more experienced or you are more knowledgeable. This never ever suffices. Then you are not ensuring the growth of your people. Look at India. Now people talk to us that opportunities outside India are very good. Just now Mulani was also talking about Sri Lanka and India. So look at the difference between the small countries and what India has. India is a self-consuming country. So that is why whatever sort of recession comes in the world, India is hardly impacted by those recessions. Why? Because our major population, more than 50% population, is less than 35 years old. We are more than 144 crores. Maybe now we have exceeded 150 crores. We are self-consuming country. We are almost number 3, number 4 in each and every trade that we do in the entire world. So if we can take good care of what we want to do, our idea is good, our thought process is good, our dedication is good, we can be as successful as anybody in the world. We do not need to go to US or to Europe or to any other country to be successful. Transform your thinking process. I mean, transformation is the key. Now you can see that there is a lot of talk about electric vehicles. So from gasoline or fossil fuels, we are moving towards electric vehicles or hydrogen or renewable energies. So when these things can transform, so why can't our thinking process can transform? I always say to each and every colleague of mine or each and every friend of mine that change begins at home. If we don't do that kind of a change or any kind of change, we'll never be successful. One very small saying, because I give lectures in IITs and NITs also, and in Delhi NCR. So I always tell them one thing, that in any class, there might be 40, 50, 60 students, but there is always one topper, one number 2, and one number 3. Why so? When the lecturer comes and gives his gyan to everybody, the gyan is same. The teaching is same. What we imbibe in ourselves by paying attention makes the difference. Many of us during these kind of lectures, now this is a very small gathering of maybe 39 people, but normally when the gathering is 200 to 500, they just feel that this lecturer has come or this senior somebody has come, he will come give gyan, he will bore us or do something. But out of that, 5 or 10 people are always there who are always willing to listen. Yes, maybe his one talk, one sentence, one dialogue can bring a change in my life. So my humble request to all you upcoming future of India and international areas, please, whatever you do with focus and dedication. Otherwise, don't do it for the sake of doing it. So that's my humble request, suggestion. So thank you so much. I'm open to any questions, any suggestions, any guidance, any feedback that anybody would like to ask.
Firstly, Janendraji, thank you for your speech. Having listened to an industry expert who has worked for so many years into the locomotives and auto parts industry is quite interesting for me too, since I am quite young too again. But I had a small question for you. Since you have been the CMO of various companies for such a long period, what would be your advice to entrepreneurs regarding their marketing budgets?
Marketing budgets. Okay. Normally what we do is, it depends on the kind of scale of business that you are in. See, for a multi-billion-dollar company, even 1% is much more than enough. But for a small scale company, even 10 to 15% is not enough. So the budget again depends on what kind of strategy you have adopted, what kind of approach you want to do. Do you want to be just present in social media or influencer marketing or ATL? ATL is above the line, which is in print media and television. Or you want to do BTL activities, or you want to do customer engagement programs, seminars, and all that stuff. So once your marketing strategy is defined, then only probably you can have these budgets as a thing. But as a ballpark number in a developed company, it is the marketing budget is always close to 3%, and in a developing company, it is normally 10 to 15% of the revenue.
That was quite an interesting observation. I think we have a question from Tejashri.
Yeah. Basically, it's not. Yeah. So, firstly, it's truly captivating. I was completely engaged in the journey you took me on, like you took us on, like throughout the presentation, honestly. Like, it's very
Can I
much
see you?
needed right now. It's very much needed right
Tejasvi,
now.
can I see you?
Yeah.
Can I see
Yeah,
you?
I can see you. I can see you. Okay, maybe
You have
cannot
to switch
see
on your camera also. Na?
Okay, cool. I'll do that. Okay, maybe now
Don't
you
worry.
can see
Don't worry
me.
whatever
Hi,
position you
sir.
are in. We all have passed through COVID, so we know that how we look at home. Don't worry.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I wanted to express thanks, firstly. And secondly, I'm curious to know about this. Like, how come you have managed to sustain in such strong position in this competitive market for such a significant duration? Why? Because I've just gone through your LinkedIn profile and it was like so huge and you are in such a good position. I'm just curious to know.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I mean, thank you so much for that. I'll tell you one small thing that I was just a physics honors graduate when I started working in Nestle. So then I realized that if I remain just a graduate, probably my journey will be tough. I realized it 3-4 years down the line. So then I did my MBA from FMS Delhi. So then my career took off. But having said that, whatever position and department came in my organizations, wherever I worked, I never said no to that, because I kept on my learning process as, on. Like I mentioned in one of my slides also, that do not move away from learning. So you can say I was a marketing person, I was a science or technology driven person, but they asked me to handle customer service, I said yes. They asked me to handle logistics, I said yes. They asked me to handle finance at some level, I said yes. And then development of so this is the way when you feel that you want to grow in an organization, just like a straight line, you cannot grow unless your father is a CEO. So then, of course, you always move in a zigzag position. You take steps and that's how you move up. So in 2013, I was heading probably the largest company in the world, ExxonMobil. I was heading that in India. I was the country head for India operations. And 2015, I became the executive director. That was around 10 years back. And then, of course, CEOs and whatever you can call me. And CMO, I have taken as a group as an additional responsibility because my CMO left. So don't worry, I'm not an authorized CMO. Huh? So now, having said that, two important things we need to remember. Never say no to whatever opportunity comes to you. And always do the job. It's a basic thing, but we sometimes deviate from this. Do the job with utmost honesty and sincerity. You might say it's an old cliche, 40 saal pehle bolte the, but yes, that's a fact. We all get enticed with some opportunities or the others. Sometimes, you can always say, no, I'm the honest person. My dad was the most honest person. I am myself is the most honest person. But what is the opportunity you have got to be dishonest? You should always think on that. If that opportunity to be dishonest is big, is huge, then you never know what kind of stand or position you will take at that point of time. But having said that, so be honest to your job, honest to your roots, keep your learning curve on, and be receptive to suggestions given by others. Never ever say that no to any kind of suggestions. One. Second, always reconfirm anything that you are not so clear. So there is no harm in asking. Even at my level, when I'm sitting at board, when I'm talking to the billions of dollars projects that we are handling, when I'm talking to those people, I always reconfirm. So that, my statement can make the huge difference on the project. I know that. So these are the few things that I do, but there is no mathematical answer to this.
Agreed.
But in last 30 years of my service, today also I feel the same enthusiasm going to my job as I used to feel when I was a normal graduate.
I think everyone could see that. Honestly, everyone
That's
could
great,
see that.
Jananda. I
Thank you
suggest
so
we have a
much.
question from Suraj. We take that too.
Please, sir. Mr. Suraj.
Hello, sir. Good
Suraj,
evening,
Suraj,
myself.
the condition of the asking a question is you should show your face. I do not like
Uh,
calls. And just excuse me for a
yeah,
second.
sir. Yes.
If you can just switch on your webcam, Suraj, it would be a pleasure. Meanwhile, I would
Yes,
also like to
Yes, sir.
have a
yes,
person.
Mr. Suraj, I'm there. Yes, Mr. Suraj.
Yes, sir. So, sir, as I was just going through all the thing which you said about the corporate world and how we should navigate through it. One thing which actually caught my attention here was that how exactly that got yourself motivated, and what were the ways through which you kept on learning new things, because world is changing, very rapidly now. So how should we keep up with that thing? So I would like to know more about it.
How I used to keep myself motivated? Can you rephrase your question, please?
Yes, sir. Means how you were able to keep yourself motivated for learning, or means learning always the new things which came to your way, and how you came to know that okay, this is the thing which I should be able to, uh, that this is the thing which I should learn, and this is the thing which I do not need to learn. Means there is a lot of thing going on. All the things we cannot learn, but there should be a specific thing which we should learn, and we should be able to
Okay.
understand those things.
One, two, 2.5, 3 lakhs per month also. Nothing is going to happen. Your expenses are going to be very much more than that. You cannot afford a good car. You cannot afford a good lifestyle. So you have to aspire to reach a certain level where you can afford all the happiness in your life. We all say no, money doesn't bring happiness, but it is part of happiness. It is part of happiness. If I have to go from destination A to B, when the cycle goes, scooter goes, and Mercedes goes. So I prefer going in Mercedes. Now, why will I go in a scooter? So now, to keep yourself motivated, your goal is clear, your mission is clear, your dream is very clear. And if you keep on taking steps and you keep on working with enthusiasm, you keep on getting the results also. When you keep on getting the results, then your motivation level increases. And then once you keep on getting the result, you feel like sharing your happiness or your learnings with your juniors also. See, Suraj, to me, you look like a very young person. So you might be at the entry level of your career or whatever you are doing. So my point of view here is once you become little successful, share your happiness. That will give you the best possible kick that you can even imagine. Employ 2 people along with us if you're an entrepreneur. Or if you have grown up, ladder, take care of your juniors. You will internally feel happy. And when you are internally happy, you will work harder. You will work harder, you will achieve better success. You will achieve better success that will keep you motivated. And once it keeps you motivated, you get good money. When you get good money, you get good luxuries. When you get good luxuries, you get good sleep. But in all this cycle, do not cheat anyone. And do not be dishonest. This might be sounding very old, but this holds true in every sphere of life. Otherwise, there is no
Absolutely
formula.
true.
There is no formula which I can type on an Excel sheet and give it to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Always welcome, sir.
Anybody
else?
Any questions? You may just raise your hands. Okay.
Good.
I believe that's the only last question for you today, Janenda. Well, it was quite good talking to you. Though I do disagree with this peaceful sleep wala point. I do get peace when I complete my daily to-do list now. Could be a bit different. Thank you. That was great talking to you. Just to share your email ID in the chat box, so that if anyone else has any queries, they can straight away reach out to you.
Your team already has my email ID, and you only said that you have shared everything on my email. So go back to your own sentence. I am a very good listener. So don't worry.
Sure. Thank you.
Chalo, everyone. I'm taking leave. Stay blessed, everyone. Stay happy. Stay rocking.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, everyone. Always welcome. Always welcome. Stay happy, all of you.
Thanks.
Now moving ahead, let's welcome Mr. Eric, and I would like to request him to comment his speech and share his wonderful insights with all of us. I hope I'm audible, Eric. Yeah. Do unmute yourself, Eric. You're muted.
Thank you so much. Hi, greetings, everyone.
Yeah, you're clearly audible.
Excellent. Can you hear me? Yes, it's a wonderful to be here, and I'm so blessed and so pleased. What a wonderful speakers we've heard from Polina and Mr. Amazing speakers, and I'm so happy to take part of this conference. And thank you, team, for having me. I'm humbled and I'm touched for having me here today. My name is Eric Francis Menu. I'm based in London, UK. And before I start my speech, I can see many people here today, which is incredible. So could you please use the chat and tell me where you are, which country you are, and which city or state you are in? Because my topic is diverse, is different. So tell me where you are, which country, and the city or the states, please. So I'm in London, I'm in UK, and I'm in London. So that's the tells you. Excellent. So we've got India, we've got, yes, awesome. I can see the 41 people, so I want to see all of you guys. Excellent. Fantastic. We have Dubai. We have India. Awesome. Is anyone from the States, US? Anyone from Qatar? Anyone from heaven or even the space? If I'm in space, can write I'm in space. I'm in NASA. Whatever you are, just put it there. Fantastic. Okay, so I did ask for presentations, so I have presentations. Can I have a presentation, please? And then the reason why I asked this question, where you are and the state you are in. Please, if you can share my screen, and I'll do a quick intro. Thank you so much. Please let me know when you share the screen, my presentation. Thank you. Whilst we are waiting for my presentation, just something I want to share with you. We all have values. We all have philosophies. I don't know your philosophies, your values, and who you are. But I think someone is, yes, thank you for muting. My philosophy over the years, actually since age 30, so I'm 45 now, I'm still young. I chose this philosophy because of what I do. And it goes like, change yourself, change someone, change the world. So, change myself, or change yourself, change someone, change the world. So, my second question is, what is your value? Do you have philosophy? If you do, please share with me before I'm waiting for my speech. Anyone? If you have any philosophies or if you have any values, share with me. Could that be like I love skiing or I love, please share whilst I'm waiting for my presentation to share and we can go straight to my speech. Don't be shy. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free. Show me your values. Share your what's philosophy? Honest, integrity, fairness. Awesome. Honestly, integrity, fairness. I love that. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Don't be shy. We're all here learning. I think my speech is still coming. Yes. Awesome. Commitments. Excellent. Anyone? Commitments. I love it. Punctuality. One of the biggest one. Punctuality. Anyone? Keep them coming. Happiness. One of them. Patience. Perseverance. Inspiration. I love that. Excellent. Growth, accountability, resilience. I love resilience. One of my things is resilience. And I'll share it again in the future. I think I'm waiting for my speech to come. I can share it if you don't have it, or should I wait for you to share? Consistency, yes. Discipline, ooh, yes. Any more coming before I think I'm waiting for my speech to come, my presentation, and then I'll hard work. Hard work. Let me change the hard work to smart work. Hard work to smart work. How about that? Learning. Good. Learning. I believe in smart work than hard work. If that makes sense. It's good to work hard, but work in a smart way. I'm still waiting for the team to share representation, and I will go straight to I just want to get some social economy and development. Ooh, one of my topics, you see what I'm talking about. So keep them coming. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for wherever you are. Thank you for coming today and be part of this amazing conference. Thank you so much for the team for organizing this. You've been amazing. And thank you for having us, all the speakers today. Woman empowerment, ooh, I love that. Yes. That's what we need. Empowerment. Team, should I share my presentation or you are sharing?
I'll share. If you want us to share it from my end, I'll do it.
If you can share, please, I'm ready.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you for all your questions and answers. Thank you so much. So, my name is Eric, as I said, and I have been with the school for some time as a dean, vice dean, principal, and of course, consultant. Currently, I'm doing another PhD degree in Harvard Business School and Harvard. I'm in UK right now as I speak, but I'm able to travel to Boston every quarter. Since COVID, there has been a lot of institutions that have changed the way hybrid education. So you do 1 month here, 1 month there. So right now I'm doing my other course in Harvard Business School. I just finished masters in Cambridge, and I'm doing Harvard. Next slide, please. What is today's topic about? Today's topic will be, this is a very big topic, but this is some experience, and let's go for the next one, please. So today's topic is cross-cultural communication in business today in the world we live in. So when I'm speaking, I love asking questions. It's just who I am. So again, on that topic, what do you know about cross-cultural communication in today's business world? Please put your comments there, because when I'm talking, I love to engage my audience. So what is your understanding of cross-cultural communication in business world today? What's your understanding? Please put it there and then move to the next slide, please. So we said good manners will open doors that the best education cannot. Good manners will open doors that the best education cannot. So I've got masters in Cambridge. I'm not doing PhD. But all this is irrelevant. All these are irrelevant. They are nothing. If you don't show the good manners in life, education cannot take you anywhere. You can be the best the best educator, you can be the best entrepreneur. But if you lack the basic principles in manners, it cannot take you anywhere. So that's today's topic. So please put that back to mind, that if you can be the billionaire, you can be the millionaire, you can be the best educator in the world. If you don't have that basic manners, you have nothing. And that is what we need today's world business. That simple good manners takes us to our destination, our purpose in life. Next slide, please. So how do we blend that into building trust and relations into cross-cultural communications? Please, next slide, please. So I said a child's mind can be like two properties of sponge, absorbing everything, sniffing through the bit of tracking them away for future use. Let's put in perspective. Every child mind is so unique. Every child is unique. The way they think, the way they behave, the way they do things is incredible. A child mind is just different. And children can play together as a team, no matter their age, their gender, their religion, their culture. When you meet 10 children, different age, or different tribes or religion, they play together as a team. That's what it means. So children have the best ability when it comes to cross-cultural communication. They don't care about you are black, you are white, you are Indian. They don't care about that. They care about let's play. You get it? So that is the way we're supposed to work. And that's as simple as that. Let's go to our education in schools. A child doesn't care where his friends from, they're just playing. That's what I mean about that building trust. So the first thing in cross-culture is what building trust in relation. Effective cross communication is powerful for you to be aligned with your clients, your stakeholders, your future aspiration, your future clients, your future boss, your future business. This is how you start with. So think about a child mind, a child in a playing ground, how they play together is how you start your business, with not thinking about the gender, the race, the religion, the lady, the woman, the mom. No, you're thinking about how do I build trust within that circle. Next is how to enhance collaboration and teamwork. Again, cross-cultural is important that we all work as teamwork. And this is essential promoting collaboration, cooperation, and synergy among diverse teams. Let me for example, I have a school here in UK, and I've been lucky enough for the past 4 years that I'm able to open 2 more businesses. One in China, in Shenzhen, a team of 6, and then last one just last month in Dubai. And now we're opening one in the States, in Boston, where I'm doing my PhD in Harvard. Why is that? Because we have the mindsets of globalization, the mindset of teamwork, the mindset of cross-cultural. No matter who you are, where you're from, you're diverse, your religion, your culture, your woman and man, we all work collective. That's what we need in today's business world. That if you want to get more clients, you got to have that mindset. And that will lead you to global expansion. I started this business just me in London, just me. I have no team before. This is my 6th year now, in these 6 years. But the past 6 years, we have a team of about 16 in 6 years. 16 in 6 years. Why is that? Because I think about global reach, diverse, cross-cultural. My team get invitation to Royal Palace, to state dinner, to train state delegates. We train diplomatic. We train politicians. We train royals because we've learned the global reach. We've learned about cross-cultural. And today, as we speak, I'm in London. On Friday, I'm flying to Kenya, where I'm going to train about 16 politicians in Kenya. Why is that? Because we're thinking about the bigger scale, cross-cultural communication. That is critical for every business. Next slide, please. Cross-cultural diplomacy in business. Next slide, please. Thank you. So this is, again, important. So before you go into business, think about cultural intelligence and training. How is my team, how is myself trained to understand the globalization of today's world? Don't think about, I'm in India, I have to be in Indian business. No, think about outside India. If I'm in UK, think about outside UK. If I'm in Dubai, think about outside Dubai. If we're in Ghana, think about outside Ghana. Like I said, I started my business here in the UK. Now I have global reach because I didn't think about only UK, but think about other areas. How I could bring awareness, how I could appreciate culture, how I could acknowledge individuals' need. And again, it goes to communication. How do I develop communication that will take account of cultural differences? Communication style. Again, the way you communicate to your audience, your stakeholders, your potential clients is critical. And don't forget the most important aspects, corporate social responsibility. Every business must have this in place. If you are a small business, if you're one-man business, if you're just as yourself, think about how do I add corporate social and responsibility to my business. This is important because you are engaging to the community. You are engaging to the social lifestyle. You are engaging outside your scope. And for us, every year, we do a big charity event. We do initiative. We do food banks. We hand clothes. We send shoes to Africa. We send clothes to our country because we blend the social responsibilities. And if you have that mindset in the cross-cultural communication, trust me, you'll do well. Last month, I was in Dubai, and I met one of my friends called Lena. Eric, there's this event as a project in the Philippines that we should donate. I said, something. I said, we're not donating money, but how about we donate ourselves? We go to the Philippines, we do 1 week training for a charity company for free. You see, we're adding some elements, some value to a country or to our people. So we're not giving money, we're not giving, but we give our time because we've blended the social responsibilities into our businesses. And that's the way you do businesses, you go far. Next slide, please. Now, let's look at a case study, how you can blend cultural communication into your business. This is big companies. Next slide, please. A few years ago, Nike, we all know Nike, we all wear Nike stuff. They decided that they will celebrate diversity. So that's the States, to promote inclusion, diversity, and multicultural. And they use this just for that idea. They generate the most profitable business they ever had. They went from state to state, promotes the brand to diverse individuals, to the poorest, to the ghetto of the states. And that is how they do it. They use the cross-cultural communication to do that, and they make money. They promote because they have that. Starbucks, again, they do a program that invites different companies, different countries, collaboration. Again, collaborating with different countries. You are fostering communication. You are fostering ideas. And Starbucks is now, we know that, one of the biggest coffee shops in the world. And you can't, right now, you can see Starbucks. I love because it's what I drink, because it's just the best way. And then we know IKEA. IKEA, they have the biggest store in the UK, one of the biggest. Again, they implement culture to their employees. So how would I accept someone who is having a wheelchair, who is like on a wheelchair to come and come to my store? They implement different ideas, and now IKEA, as we know, they're the biggest mass stores in the world. Because what they implement is cultural communication that brings every element, whatever you are, your gender, your race, your ethnicity. That's how you do business. And you do well, you go far. Next slide, please. And next slide, please. So, ways for you to promote your business to be cross-cultural is event promotion. What's the best way? If you go to events, make sure that your banner, your leaflet have a diversity. Don't just put, we have the Western, just a blonde white lady. No. Have diverse individuals mixed with gender, children, age, ethnicity. Mix that. You attract different audience. In my company, you have our banner. We have children, women, men, disabled, because we are promoting everyone, and that's what we're starting business. We are doing so because of how we do it. In the UK, there are 3 etiquette schools in the UK. The English manner, Philip and myself, and we are number 1 because of what? We have the diverse team of individuals, and that's the best way. Again, think about your content. What content should I put on my websites? How should I promote my business? What content? Look about employee spotlights. I think the speaker mentioned about the employees, talk about the KPI, not the but keep employees happy, keep employee engaged, keep employees inspired. That is what we needed. You have that, you attract different audience. And last, when you do like celebrate in a good way. Make sure everyone is involved, no matter where they are. Get your employees involved. Again, that what my friend used, the KPI, keep employees engaged, keep them inspired, keep them happy, keep them smiling. And you do that, you have a greater future in the business. Next slide, please. And next slide, please. Now, for you to be engaged in professional environments, think about your appearance. Your appearance. So this was me in China many years ago. You see, I'm embracing Chinese culture, dressing Chinese way, because I'm embracing who they are. My favorite second food in the world is hot pots, Chinese hot pots. I love hot pots because I'm embracing the way they live. If I go in, it's just the way you're thinking. You attract different audience. Again, looks elegant. You don't have to dress like me, tie all the time, or wear hats. But make sure your appearance representing your brand. Make sure the communication represents you, and make sure that whatever you do is go with your values. Like I said before, change yourself. Change someone. Change the world. It's not within you. And make sure that you have the best manners. Like I use the word, the child. Child mindset doesn't think about my friend is white, is black, is Indian, is no, it's my friend. Think of that way. You have that, you're the best business in the world. Last slide, please. And this is our accreditation, our business, our partners, and who we work with. Any questions? And so much, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for my speech, and I'm looking forward to your presentation and also questions. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Eric, I had a question for you.
Yes, please.
Like, since you talked so much about diversity and inclusion, and since we are actually discussing the topic so openly today, you all know that it actually emerged as a area of study just some years back. So what would you like to say about the emergence of diversity and inclusion in workplaces? Because this practice has just evolved, like 5 to 6 years back. It's not a very old and stringent practice. So why did it evolve, and what's its role into human resources and the entire workplace? How does it help create a better startup like culture, or maybe a better work culture in general?
I'm gonna give an example. So many years ago, I used to work in the banking as an investment banker, and I work in the States, in Colorado, in Denver, in the US. And when I was in the US, I was the only black person in my team out of about 100 people. And then I was transferred back to UK, a company called State Streets, based in Canary Wharf. Again, I was the only black person in my team out of about 50 people. I have to change that. I said to my management that it's not working because you need to have a diverse team. I then implement ideas that how about every interview we have diverse individual from different background. Before I left State Streets, the bank, it was just me, only one black person in the whole team, diverse. Before I left State Street, there were 10 of us. And now State Street has 30% workforce for diverse in the whole of the company. And that's the way to do business. And now, because you have different ideas, different way of thinking, and once you have that, your business will succeed. Again, in the UK, the government is trying to make sure every company will have at least 40% threshold of diverse in their team. And that is the way for it. Again, in my team, in my company, you can see the last slide, diverse, Indian, Chinese, everywhere. Because that is the way you do business. And you do have that mindset, you succeed in life, in profession, in every way, in aspects. Hope I answered the question.
That was actually a good way you actually explained me out that stuff. I really loved it.
Correct.
No difference problem exists. It's not going to ever end, you know that. But at least I hope that as diversity inclusion practice does evolve the trend and brings a bit more peace and culture around. Thank you. I would like to invite all the participants to put forth their questions, if any. Anvesh, Suraj, Manjari. Anyone who has any questions, just unmute yourself and speak. So no questions? None at all? Okay. A last question to Eric from me only, since I'm very interested into this area especially. Since you all know that expatriation is very normal nowadays, and expatriation happens in every MNC, every corporate, every startup even. Like startups also need to expand into new regions. They also do send expatriates. Now, when actually, let's assume that an Indian from here does enter some southeast country like Philippines, Vietnam, okay? So we are not acquainted with the local culture. But the problem is when such companies actually do expand and open a new branch in another nation, the nationites here, the localites there, and all the organizations of that, members of that organization from that particular region belong to that region again. So when an expatriate goes, let's assume I go from here, India to Philippines, and I establish a branch of SK Associates. So all the workers that I'm going to hire, all the clients that I'm going to deal with, all the vendors that I'm going to deal with are going to be from Philippines. And they will already be having a cultural difference, even if we are on the same level at the boardroom, or even if they are at a junior level. So disputes do arise because mostly both of the parties do have prior assumptions before anything happening. So how can parties actually avoid such assumptions about each other's upcoming steps or forthcoming moves in corporates?
I like using example, and I come to the question, the answer. So when I went to China just before COVID to set my business in China, it was tough for me because I didn't know about the culture, I didn't know about anybody. I knew some friends there, but I didn't know anybody. So my first is, how do I blend in to have a business in such a big country like China? But then I had to ask myself, who are my target audience? Who will be my potential business partner that understand me as a person first, and then understand my business? Once you put yourself in that category, they have to know you as a person, and especially in business world, people buy you and the products. So how they relate to me, being the only diverse going to China, which is different way of thinking, is know the local laws, understand the local people, their thinking, their behavior, their approach, their lifestyle, and blend with them. And for me, it took me 2 years to start a business in China because I was able to understand their thinking of where to do businesses. China to do business is not easy. It's the most difficult place to do business in China. You have to know them as a person. You got to die. You got to eat with them, be friends with them. They got to go to their house, meet their wives, meet their girlfriends, meet their pets, eat with them, know their culture, dress like them, until they trust you. So once you have that, it becomes easier for you. And that was my approach in China. And it worked. Now I have a team of 6 in China, full-time team in China doing training courses for etiquettes. Ladies, men, women, children. To your question, it's not about how do I understand the local people in that category. That's the best way. Once you have, I do a lot of research. Again, that goes to my when I was in banking, more about research about the local, the culture, the law, society, everything about that. Once you have that category, once you have that, you're able to penetrate to the mass markets. Not only have a team in Shenzhen. Now we are opening one in Beijing, in Shanghai, in Ningbo, because the team able to figure out the local area, the local elements. Again, that is my approach that I did business. Again, going to Dubai last year, first time in Dubai, able to have a lot of people that I know understand the local area in Dubai. And now we have a team in Dubai, a team of 4. Again, understanding the way they're thinking, and then how do I put myself within category. So you got to be able to know the local laws. That's the first thing. The local laws, implementation, the people you're working with. And once you have that mindset, it becomes bread and butter to you. And life goes easy. Hope I answered the question.
That was a great example, and I can really appreciate it because this could be a very consistent problem with multiple professionals too. Actually, it was a great time speaking to you. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Your email ID in the chat box, so that if any of our audience has any queries or want to have a conversation with you, they can straight away reach out to you.
That's fine. They can also find me on LinkedIn, so it's easier to find as well. Thank you so much.
So as we conclude tonight's session, we want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed panelists and speakers for the invaluable contributions to the first session of Conference 3.3. Your expertise and insights have added immense value to this event. And even I have been taken back by some of your perceptions on life and management strategies, which even I was not aware of, to be frank. Also goes out every attendee for your active participation. We value your presence and engagement. We are excited to continue this conference tomorrow with the second session. We look forward to seeing all of you there. Till then, do feel free to share your conference experiences by leaving a review on Google. We also encourage you to extend the invitation to our friends to join the conference. Share the conference links with them, and if you are sharing your experience on LinkedIn, do not forget to tag us. Your engagement, inviting your friends, and sharing your insights are highly appreciated. Thank you all once again for being a part of this event. Goodbye and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anjali ji, I would appreciate if you can stay back after the session.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. Have a rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everyone.